Imagine you are going through a street in Japan and suddenly a weird man grabs your ass and says, "Do you want to have sex?" You want to answer no, right? But he doesn't speak English, so you have to answer in Japanese. You would say, "Yeah." That means no, right? He would just laugh at you and continue touching you, because "yeah" is not how you say no in Japanese. And not only that he would touch you and traumatize you, he will also think that you cannot speak Japanese properly, which is even worse. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to really say no in Japanese. The reason why you wouldn't say "yeah" in real life is because "yeah" is used for writing. It is too formal, and when you actually speak this way, when you actually say "yeah," it sounds weird. Real Japanese people very rarely use it, and it's mostly used by foreigners. So if you want to sound like a native person, if you want to sound like you are fluent, don't use "yeah." And instead of that, use these 3 examples I will now teach you. First way, and my favorite to say no in Japanese, is "yeah." It is the safest way, it works always. You can use it with friends. You can also use it with your boss. It just works. Anybody that says, "Oh, you have to use yeah," "yeah" is not formal enough, it is not professional enough. No, you can use "yeah" anytime you want, maybe unless you are with president, and maybe even then. It is polite enough and you can use it anytime. Let's give a quick example so you can try it out. You are on a street in Japan, again, and now you see a shop and there is a person just screaming at you, go here, come on, buy this." And he's like grabbing you and pulling you into his shop. You can say "iya, iranai," or "iya, kaitaku nai." I don't want to buy it. No, I don't want your stuff. Like this, simple. And you can also use it with your friends, but with your friends, you could also use "yeah." Not "iya," but "yeah." You would just remove the "i" and say "yeah." Your friend asks you if you want to go somewhere with him, I don't know, cinema or maybe gym, but to gym you wouldn't say no. And you can say "yeah, ikitaku nai." "Yeah, tsukareteru." I'm tired. Tsukareteru. Ikitaku nai. I don't want to go. "Yeah, yeah, yeah." Not "iie, watashi wa iku koto ga hoshiku nai," or something from Duolingo. You would just say "yeah, ikitaku nai." I don't want to go. Maybe you would be a little bit like nice to him. You wouldn't say "ikitaku nai." You would say "yeah, kyou wa chotto, I'm a little bit tired today." Last way, and maybe the most formal one, is "yeah." Not "yeah," but "yeah," with one I removed. This is a spoken version of "yeah," and when "yeah" works in books or writing, you can use this in real life and you wouldn't sound weird. Example of that is maybe your boss asks you to do a certain task that you cannot do. For example, it is some programming or some computer is broken and he asks you, could you fix it for me? And you cannot fix computers. You can say, "Yeah, dekimasen." No, I cannot do that. So now when you get harassed in Japan, you can properly say no and solve this situation perfectly. And of course, you'll stop and apologize. In real life, you would maybe say "yamero," stop, like angry, or "sawaranai de," don't touch me, and maybe slap him. I'd maybe punch him, but I hope he doesn't have a knife. Let's hope that you don't get into this situation in real life, but instead you will get into some nicer situation where you have to say no and you can use it. If you want my personal help with learning Japanese, check the first link in the description, which is my full Japanese course for beginners, where I will teach you a lot of details like this, when "yeah" is not appropriate, and still apps like Rosetta Stone will teach you to say it, and I will also teach you advanced stuff so you can become fluent. There is also a community where you can ask me questions, and there is a higher chance that I will respond to than on YouTube. So when you trust me enough, you can go and check it out. If this video was helpful, write some nice comments so you can make my day. And if you didn't understand something or want my personal help with something in Japanese that you don't understand, you can also write a comment and maybe I will respond. That is everything. Goodbye.